Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How are you all doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Guys.
Hi.
Hi. I can see everyone's here. Oh, except Jordan. He's always late. Sorry, team.
No worries.
All right, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Jacob.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So, what are the updates then, guys? Have we got anything to go with?
Well, okay. Yes, we do. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you all again. Welcome, Jacob. Welcome, Jordan. Hope you had a lovely weekend. We're going to give you a brief overview of what we found, but please stop us if you have any questions. Okay. I know in our last meeting we discovered some fundamental differences with how you would each like to develop the site, but we feel we can cater for both of your requirements with a bit of give and take.
Yeah, more give for me and take for him.
Okay, so on screen is a SWOT analysis of the site. As you can see, there's lots of advantages in terms of location, being close to the countryside, and with HS2 providing a real opportunity for economic growth. We'll have more on that later, but we've also got to be mindful that we're in a place of economic depravity and also of the environmental threats, like being on a brownfield site. But actually, we've got some good news on that front, so take it away, Mr. Land Surveyor.
Hello everyone. Yes, good news all around, thankfully. Firstly, I'd just like to say that the development of the brownfield site is an ideal way to revitalise the area and breathing new life into the local development. Secondly, applications are being processed for the Government Brownfield Land Release Fund. We are still waiting to hear back, but we are eligible to claim, so fingers crossed for that. And with the former chemical plant, some really great news. This would have been a really complex remediation process, but luckily with the railway stakeholders of the HS2, they've decided to revitalise the area with the HS2 infrastructure and maintenance depot. So it's really brilliant news.
What about the open cast mining area?
Sure. We've used a risk-based approach compliant with the Abandoned Mine Workings Manual, and we've worked closely with the local authority, and the site has been deemed low risk, so there's no statutory requirement for us to submit a coal mining risk assessment.
That's absolutely great, isn't it? So that's one less thing we need to worry about.
Exactly.
In terms of planning permission, there's 4 things that we really must do in order to increase our chances of getting planning permission. These are, firstly, to provide social housing. I know you're quite keen on this, Jacob.
Yes, I am. But what is their minimum? I would like 40%.
Well, the minimum balance between affordable housing and normal market housing is 10% due to the SIO charging zone in which these sites are located. The national planning guidance encourages inclusive and mixed communities, hence a well-integrated mix of decent housing of different types and households of different sizes, ages and incomes.
Yeah, and we'll still need to discuss a happy medium for you both.
Yeah, I do think there is an opportunity to provide a higher percentage of affordable housing than is required, as the site will create roughly 750 more job opportunities for the deprived surrounding area. And the local council are aiming for a place where everyone has a fair access to a decent and affordable home, including for the growing older population.
Fabulous, thank you. And secondly, we need to provide things like schools, doctor surgeries, leisure and retail facilities. And this does reduce the number of houses that we can build on the site, but is an absolute essential for gaining planning permission.
Indeed, yeah, the council's property development goal will be exceeded, which means housing must be sustainable and supported by new and existing infrastructure, such as the site's adjacency to employment land allocation.
Given that we have to build so many other things, I think we should keep our social housing to a minimum.
Yeah, the SHMA project that by 2031, almost 30% of households in the borough will have support needs. This increase in the elderly and in health problems provides good scope for a higher percentage of affordable housing and accessible housing than required.
I'm willing to go down to 32-35% if that covers any demographic future proofing.
I've already given it some thought, though, to be honest, Jacob. But honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't want to purchase some shiny new home adjacent to a bunch of social housing.
Well, there's a number of places where this has worked quite successfully, such as what you can see on screen now with Milton Keynes. It's a mixed development, and in London as well. These are both 30 to 70% split, so that gives you an idea of what you could have. Lastly, we also need to ensure that the businesses on site have local labour agreements, and our scheme overall enhances the area that we are going to be building in, rather than being just an isolated development. So with that in mind, let's have a look at the wider community. Mr. Environmental Consultant and Mr. Property Developer, would you like to?
Yes, on the transport side of things, the area will provide sustainable, healthier habits to connect the development to the existing town centre. We have considered that by taking into account the local plan aim. With that being said, the M1 junction, with the M1, the junction 29A, which is a direct access improved to accommodate the flow of vehicle accessing the area. The use of public transportation will be highly promoted to mitigate emissions in the community and the surrounding areas. This will contribute to mitigate climate change, cycling, walking to promote healthy lifestyle, green infrastructure to cater wildlife, and places for community togetherness, which will then assist with the mental well-being.
Yeah, well, overall, the site must contribute to the wider community. The close proximity to the regeneration priority area will help the development boost the local environment. Looking at the demographic for Chesterfield, there has been a slow rise in the population growth, which reflects the economic difficulty due to the lack of jobs created that attract younger demographics. The regeneration will be perfect to increase and attract younger workers and accommodate the older growing population as well.
Excellent stuff. So we'll leave you here with some images of what your site could be. We're quite confident that the site has the potential to be a really nice place to live.
Yeah, okay, thank you guys. I'm really happy with the development. The social housing and the community-based facilities are exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah, ideally I'd still reduce the social housing, but for agreement's sake, I'm happy to go with the plan presented. If the commercial developments are lucrative, I'd be happy